We're just a bunch of nerds who are ready for some sweet, sweet D&D. I'm a first-time DM, and my players are brand new to 5e, and this is our adventure. You might have heard we all have microphones now, but I'm still learning to dial in all the settings and try and make this podcast as high quality as possible. So please just be patient as we work out the kinks and get that quality higher. Thank you for giving us a listen, as we are brand new to this and quite literally learning as we go. And I want you to hopefully learn with us. We now have an Instagram, yay, and a Twitter account, yay, and it's named Saving Arcana, exactly how it's spelled, all one word. So come interact with us. This story is not only ours, it's yours as well. You are a part of us, and you are a part of this story. So thank you. So, welcome. Welcome to Saving Arcana. Episode 1.
It's good to be here, John.
Oh, good to be here. So let's start off with go around the table. Who are you? Let's start with the left. Take it away.
Hey, I'm Luis. I'm playing Aasimar.
That's it?
That's it. I don't like going first. Do a redo.
And we'll edit this. Totally not editing this. And Luis, go.
No, redo. Like, make her go first, and then I gotta get in character.
1, 2, 3. Luis, go.
Skip.
Alright, Kate, take it away.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm going to be playing Voquis, a ranger Firbolg. I'm currently level 1 and...
Kicking ass.
Kicking ass.
With your little trinket.
With my little... We have my little wood knocks. I forgot about that.
Little fake gold pot.
You got your...
Trying not to ruin my marriage over D&D.
That's always a good play.
That's
Trent.
Hi, I'm Trent. Playing Elrick. He is a Firbolg Druid, and he's a nice dude.
Nice, dude. I love it. And Luis.
Okay, hey, it's Luis. I'm playing Avalot the Conqueror and Aasimar, kicking ass, taking names. Follow me on Instagram Live.
Very accurate. You're working your way down the road, and you come across a sign. And on this sign, it says, Alchemist Lab, 20 miles to the east. You've now made it 6 miles down the road, and this is when Hilda, if you remember from the inn, said, get to, in her voice, which is very grisly, get down to the sign, take a left, go 20 more miles, and you'll make your way to the Alchemist Lab.
This is just for you, John. Chewing.
What do you guys want to do?
If I'm the only one that needs to rest, then we can keep going, because I have my cantrips.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
So moving on to the Alchemist Lab.
Moving on to the Alchemist Lab.
Okay. So you guys travel along the road. It is a beautiful day out. The sun is shining. The road starts to get a little bit more narrow as you're getting farther and farther away from the town. And this road doesn't seem like a back road at all, but it starts to get down to the point that two carts passing each other, one's going to have to start to dip off to the side. The forest is pretty dense, but at the same time, you can see about 50 feet back in. It's not like super hard brush where there could be somebody right there and you have no idea. It's pretty lax. You hear the normal sounds of any forest. There's birds chirping. There's a couple of tigers off in the distance. You can hear these strange noises. Some of you may have heard these before. It's pretty common. What would you guys like to do?
Elrick is going to be kind of off in his own world, just kind of playing around with the leaves as he passes by them.
So Voquis going to go up to Elrick and say, hey, Elrick, so you learned a lot about us, but we really didn't learn a whole lot about you. Where'd you come from?
Well,
where are you going?
There's not a whole lot to tell you. I come from a little tribe that kind of wanders the forest up north. I'm kind of on a pilgrimage right now.
Oh.
So, no real big goal as of yet, but I would like to learn and commune more with the land and animals around here.
What's your tribe like?
It's pretty small, like close-knit. really family oriented. It's nice. I do miss them, but I don't know. Everyone has to take this pilgrimage, as well. Every druid has to take this pilgrimage, so I'm doing it for the tribe.
What is the tribe going to do when you return?
I don't know. We've never actually had anyone return to the tribe after their pilgrimage.
That's worrying.
It usually takes a real long time, and as far as my tribe's concerned, I'm pretty young. Most of the elders are in their 200s or 300s. I'm only 49. I don't remember. So, I haven't been around as long as the elders, and usually the pilgrimage lasts several hundred years. So,
What made you want to come to Haven?
where we were at, it was the closest. Well, Waterdeep was the closest city, and then Haven was the only place looking for work, and so I was kind of forced into Haven. But I like it so far. You guys seem cool. Avalot seems real cool.
That's good to hear.
And Elrick just kind of like pats Avalot on the shoulder. Kind of hard because he doesn't quite know his like size compared to her.
Avalot, what's your aura look like today for the rest of the people since you had
It's
this?
just, I mean, it's pretty not so great. I would say it's still pretty. It's more dull than anything. It wouldn't be dark. It would just be very dull.
As you guys are coming down the road, you come to this bit of a brook. You hear it before you see it. There's a bit of, mind you, this road isn't straight. It does wind, and you're just taking the road on back. You do see mountains off in the very far distance, but they're not close. This is a pretty flat area in general. As you make your way, you start to hear the water rushing, but it's not rushing like white water rapids. You just hear it. So as you're coming around, you guys are just walking up to this bridge, and as soon as you get about 15 to 20 feet away from the edge of the bridge, you hear a, "Who goes there?
We're just some adventurers.
Have you paid the toll?"
The troll toll?
We didn't realize there was a toll.
There's a toll. Everyone who comes through here has to pay the toll. Did you tell them you didn't tell? There's a toll. And right as he says this, two ogres lumber out from underneath of this seemingly small, but they were pretty hunched over in a little ball underneath waiting for passerbys. Two very dumbfounded 25-foot tall ogres. They are huge. They're both,
Wow.
They have these massive clubs that they had it in the water, and they pull it out and you hear this massive club come out, and they stand in front of you, each on one side of the bridge, and they just have this kind of profound, dumb look on their face, just not really knowing what they're doing. The first ogre that's been talking will say back out and be like, "You pay me now."
How much?
He looks over at the other ogre ogre shrugs and just says, "What do you have?"
I have 3 copper.
I'm like, wait, how about we give you something more valuable?
And he takes the big club and smacks on the
So
ground.
Voquis just like
"That's
looks at
not
you like,
enough."
I have 3 copper.
Hush. How about if I tell you the secret to getting unlimited gold?
Looks over at the other ogre, and the other ogre goes, shakes his head in a bit of approval, and goes, and leans in, takes a bit of a knee, and gets eye to eye. You can just smell the stench off this mouth. He's been eating goats and these horrible creatures, and there is quite a palpable smell as he breathes out and says, "Tell me more about gold."
And I was like, well, I've heard legend of a dragon, very, very elderly, on the brink of death. You could probably take it on with one swing of your club.
He smacks down onto the ground and says, "Where's the gold now?"
I was like, the gold is about 5 miles that way. It was looking
Too far.
mountains.
You give me gold.
Can I do a persuasion check to
Absolutely.
All right. So this is me persuading him to believe there's mountains of gold.
Absolutely.
17.
17. With a 17, point me in the direction of... And the other ogre puts his hand on the first ogre that's in front of you, and he goes, "He do you!" And so they both stand up, and they say, "You give me gold, now!" And he brings up the big... And this club is the size of one of you in height and girth. He brings up, "Or else."
Fine. I mean, I'll give you 5 gold, but then I'll go to keep all the gold for myself.
You see the second ogre punch the first one that's right in front of you. He goes, "Yeah, 5 gold. That's the toll."
Did I pee a little?
You definitely feel a little bit of your fur is a little wet.
Gross.
What would you guys like to do?
Elrick looks down at the fake gold pot that he just bought for 1 gold, and even though he had already planted a seed in it, he thinks that it might be all right to let it go. So
You pay me 5 gold.
Elric lifts the gold pot, be like, "This is worth 10 gold, and I'll give it to you."
10 gold's better than 5 gold. Yeah, I know. You give that to me.
And Elric hands over the pot.
And the first ogre takes the pot from you, and you can just tell his eyes kind of gleam and glitter as he looks at this tiny little pot in his hand. You can go. And they both open the passageway, and you can go in between them. Okay, you guys just go across the bridge.
Y'all owe me a pot.
About 50, 60 feet away, you hear the first one go, "You broke it!" And you hear a little crack.
Aww.
You guys are well out of range. So as you make your way down the road a bit more, you've traveled about another 4 to 5 hours, a total of about 11 miles. You still got about 9 more to go. Anything you guys want to do as it's coming to it's around 5, 6 p.m. at this point.
So it's getting
I'm
gloaming.
gonna say, hey, do you guys maybe want to camp out? We can travel at night if everybody wants to, but I would be more comfortable if we stop and rest for a bit.
Yeah, it'd probably be best
You can
to...
travel for about 3 more hours before it gets dark. It's still, the sun's still up.
Right.
It doesn't get dark until
We can at least look for a spot off the road. I mean,
I say we travel for a couple more hours and then we...
How about we travel for like an hour, and then we take a couple hours to set up a camp.
that works for
And
me.
we'll camp for the night.
Okay, you guys go ahead and make your way down the road for about a couple more hours. The sun's just starting to about crest. The light's starting to get a bit dimmer, and you come across an area off to the left. It's a little bit of a clearing. Right next to clearing, there's a bit of woods, and you're more than likely wanting to stay in the clearing, or would you like to stay a bit more in the woods and kind of use the trees as cover?
I vote woods.
Definitely go into the woods.
As well.
A little bit of woods, and there's plenty of space to put up a small camp. Anything you guys would like to do at camp before sleep?
How do you guys want to break up the watch? I can take the third shift.
And how I'm going to do this is, instead of doing 4s back to back, one person would need as far as the exhaustion. If you have exhaustion, you would need to sleep the entire time, 8 hours to get full exhaustion off. If you are going to do 4 hours, some characters only need 4 hours. If somebody's only going to do 4, you will need to make shifts. So.
Okay.
But to get your slots back, you would have to do a full.
Yeah. So, Elric explains. I'm feeling very fatigued, so I'd prefer to be able to sleep the entire time before we begin our travels in the morning.
That's fine. I think.
Are you two going to split up 4 and 4 hours then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys, I'm sure, take out some rations and make a little fire and eat up for the night, and then you have your own bedrolls from your dungeoneering packs. You make a nice, cozy little fire right off the road, and no reason to be afraid at all, right?
Right.
Okay. You guys wake up. Nothing has happened through the night. You slept through. You got your, if you need to spend your hit die, go ahead and spend your hit die to heal up. You got your spell slots back.
Yes.
You guys are right as rain. It's a little bit right before the early dawn. It's got a bit of dew on the grass. You guys are ready to make that last, I'd say at this point, 7 miles left to go.
Okay, we head out on the road.
Okay.
Before we leave, Elrick takes about 20 minutes to kind of just meditate in nature.
Spending some time with nature.
Spending some time with nature, kind of figuring out which spells he can pull upon.
Gotcha. Okay. As you make your way down the road, you make your way the entire time. You have about 7 miles to go, so as you make your way, you do make the entire way. It's very uneventful. There's nothing going on. It's another serene day, nice blue puffy clouds up in the sky. It's a beautiful time. You guys have just been skipping down the road. You haven't seen anybody on this road as you think that this is quite off the beaten path. It's very specifically for that reason. As you do get all the way to this area, you hear this loud boom explosion off in the distance.
I think that's the alchemy lab.
Right. Let's follow the sound.
As you guys continue closer, you come up into where the road actually ends, into a small, what looks like a cul-de-sac where buggies kind of turn around. To your right, you have this large tree. It's about 40 feet wide. And in the root system is all above the ground, and the roots go out horizontally and then down. Almost looks like a house shape. And then there's a small chimney coming out of the roots, and this beautiful multicolored smoke is coming out of it. And then all of a sudden you hear a little and then some more black smoke comes out of the chimney a little bit, and you hear, not again. You see this tiny little door over at the bottom. It's only 4.5 feet tall. For somebody of your nature and size, it might be a little difficult to get in. The door is open, and you hear this small voice coming from inside. This tree is absolutely massive. It goes up almost 150 feet. It has a huge plumage at the top, giving a bunch of shade. Off to your left, you have basically a campsite. It's got a clearing bit, a fireplace. It looks like a makeshift tent made, a hammock, and a little area out front. What would you guys like to do?
I have this package that I need to deliver.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we gotta
to that
deliver a
person
package.
that's in there. I'm gonna go and knock on the door.
Oh, the door's open.
Oh, I'm gonna go and knock on the wood around the door to get the person's attention.
Who's there?
Hi, we're adventurers from Haven.
Oh yeah. I've been expecting you guys. And you see this little gnome wizard come around the corner, big handlebar mustache, and it's brown. The entire face is dark. It looks like something just exploded in his face. He's got big monocles on with multiple shades of monocles in front of it, so it looks like magnification. He's got a very ornate leather front to him with a lot of little tools, and he just goes, you guys are from Haven, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Come on in. Who wants tea? Would you like some tea? And he doesn't even take a second for you to respond. He just turns around. Come on in. Come on in.
We don't fit.
Oh, just get on your hands and knees. It's fine. You can just sit in the corner. You might have a little bit of a hard time, though, pointing over at Elrick, saying you're almost 8 feet tall.
Elric looks down at the door and just kind of peers way down and like peers inside the door to see like if there's.
The ceilings are about 6 feet tall, so you'll easily be able to crawl on your hands and knees and then sit against a wall. What you see peering in the door, though, with your passive perceptions that I have written down, what you see peering in is to the right there's a door, and to the left there's a door. They're both shut. The left door is where he went. It seems to be a bit cracked, though. That's where he went. Come on in!
Elric kind of motions for the other two to go in before him because it'll probably take him a little time to crawl through.
Avalon, you go in first.
You hear a
Okay.
hot whistle get a little bit louder and louder as you can hear there's some type of tea brewing. Come on in! And actually he pops out the right door. And he goes, just come on in here! and this door is just big enough for you to fit in. And what you see inside this is a bed, a small kitchenette, 2 chairs, and he goes, yeah, well, you know what? I'll bring the tea. Go in the other room into the lab, and then I'll bring the tea in there. And you guys make your way over into the lab, and what's larger in here is, it's not a very big room. It's a little bit of a long, and it veers off to the right. The walls are all made of a semi-stone vine moss. It's very dim in here as the sunlight is coming through some of the vines that are on the wall. It's all basically natural lighting in here. And what you see into the far right, and about 15 feet long, is a mushroom farm. It's just all these ornate, weird-looking mushrooms you've never seen in your life. And along the back wall, all the way to the left, is his workshop. It's got beakers and all sorts of herbs hanging from the ceiling, and all these different things that looks exactly like an herbalist shop, really. An alchemist. Do you guys make your way there?
Yes.
Yes. Elrick crawls in and, like, being eye level, while on his hands and knees to these herbs, he kind of takes a closer glance at them, kind of just trying to figure out what they are.
Roll a Arcana check for
Arcana
me to
check.
see if you can tell what they are.
15.
15. You see different types of potions. The potions themselves, they're not healing potions. They're more potions of speed, potions of swiftness, potions that allow for underwater breathing, kind of like a hodgepodge of potions. And you see around each of the little beakers, there's a little tag with a name written on them. It looks like they're made for order. And right as you're kind of looking over this, he comes in with a little tiny tea set. Of course, they're super small because he's a gnome. He goes, yeah, that's not your order, but I'll get your order. Go ahead and take some tea. And he hands you these tiny little 4-inch cups, so you can barely take. It's basically a shot glass in your hand. He gives you the tea, and he sits down. And he goes, well, really happy that you guys finally made it. It took you a while. The order was for last week. My name's Niffins. My wife and daughter, I think, are coming today, tomorrow, sometime soon. But yeah, I can get your order. You supposed to have a box for me though.
I have a box for you.
Oh, okay. What's in the box?
I don't know.
What's in the box?
He takes a box from you and pops it open, and he goes, 1, 2, 3. And he looks at you guys, and it kind of covers what he's counting. And then he turns his back to you guys.
While he's being all secretive, Elric takes his little shot glass of tea and he throws it back and burns his mouth. Oh, hot.
Well, that's very hot. That wasn't smart. And so what he's gonna do is he's gonna just give me a minute. I'll go get the order. But I see on the sheet, because inside the box there was a basically an order sheet. There's been a couple of things that I don't have ready for you. They added some stuff, and they paid me handsomely. But it's going to take probably till tomorrow morning to fix it. You guys are more welcome to stay here, though, while you wait. There's, unfortunately, you guys can't stay in here, though. There's not enough room. I'm going to have to work in here, and I don't live here, though. Like, my home's miles away. Did you hear my explosion earlier?
We did.
Oh, yeah, it didn't mean to happen, but sometimes it happens. So I keep my daughter and wife safe, far, far away, and I just come here and do my thing.
That's smart.
Smart. Why don't you guys give me till tomorrow morning? You guys can hang out here. And as he's saying this, his daughter and wife actually show up and kick open the door and start making noise. They don't even say hi to you. They go into the right, straight into the other room, and they're just fighting like cats and dogs. You just hear high-pitched 2 female gnome voices just yelling at each other about something, and it goes, I guess they just got home. We're not gonna talk then. Okay, you guys go. And he shakes his hands and asks you guys to just go ahead and leave the little room and go on outside. Do you guys go outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to get.
Okay.
Go on, get.
And as you guys are leaving, he goes, go ahead and take some of this. And he's got some dry wood by the door, and he hands over to one of you. It's not very big pieces of wood since he's so small, but...
Elric grabs it in, like, one hand. And he's like, thank you.
And you guys, right outside. Just make yourself comfortable out there. I'll have it first thing tomorrow morning.
Sounds good.
What time of day is it now?
This is about 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Not too bad.
How big was that hammock?
It's big enough for you to lay in. It's
Okay.
It's meant to have a long length for a gnome, but for you, you can sit in it. It'll maybe keep you from hitting the ground, maybe, but
Okay,
you can lay in it. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear a bunch of fighting still, like cats and dogs just in the background. You never should have done that. I told you to keep going faster. And they're just yelling and yelling and yelling. So you guys go on out. Yeah, you guys just kind of sit around. What would you guys like to do for? You have the rest of the day to kind of hang out. Is there anything?
I want to go into the forest
Okay.
and just walk around until I find something interesting.
Okay. Well, what are you looking for as far as interest? You're just communing with, or are you?
I'm looking for an animal.
Okay. There are no animals in this area. You've heard animals on your path, but it's strangely quiet around because of the explosions and the big noises that it makes.
This better not be a dream.
It's not a dream. As far as you know, there's no animals. There's other people.
There's other people?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
the
just
gnomes.
met them.
Yeah, you met the
Oh.
gnomes.
I thought you meant in the forest.
And
no.
you wake up in the forest.
I mean, I wouldn't do that to you guys.
You better not.
There's no animals around. You can absolutely try to track them. if
Ooh,
you
I
wanna
wanna
try
do
to
that.
track something. Give me a nature check.
With advantage, because I'm in the forest.
Yes, you're in the forest.
20.
20. You find tracks of what seems to be a cloven animal that has galloped through the area as one passed with a soft 20, right? It wasn't a natural 20.
It was a soft 20.
Soft 20. You were able to see that in the same tracks, there's larger, and then there's two pairs of smaller hooves inside the larger hooves. And that's the only tracks that you find.
I want to follow the tracks.
If you follow the tracks, it will take you in the opposite direction of the group. The group is, as far as I understand, at the campsite.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah, chilling. I'm chilling in that hammock. My butt's rubbing on the ground a little bit. I'm actually afraid I'm going to break
It's up
it
to
with
you.
my 300-pound ass.
I want to follow them for 50 feet so that I'm still kind of close to the group,
Okay.
but I can still kind of see where the
You
animal
absolutely
went.
do that. 50 feet, still following the tracks.
They're
They
just,
don't seem fresh. They seem like they ran across in the early morning. As far as the time frame goes, you probably, with a soft 20, it's probably been there for at least 3-4 hours. It's not
Okay.
super warm. So what would you like to do?
I'll just go back to the
Go back to
campsite.
the group.
then, yeah.
As you're going back to the group, you start to hear a noise off in the distance of a and then you hear from one, and then it starts to get a little louder, and then it dissipates. And then you're still walking back, and you hear it again. But this time it sounds like there's 3 or 4 of them. It's a loud humming, and then it stops again.
Only she hears it?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's still in the woods. And you
Shouldn't have left the
continue
party.
to keep on going back.
Can I make a perception check to see if or investigation
Absolutely.
to see if I see anything?
Perception.
That's all I needed. 18.
18. You know from this sound that it has multiple wings, and it sounds like there are many of them. That there are so many that the sound is being masked as one because there's so many. And it is coming your direction. What would you like to do?
Get the hell out of here.
Is there any way I can do like an insight to see if it's like mean or evil?
You can absolutely try. The sound
Like
is,
based on the sound, like to insight, like to see if it's angry.
you can absolutely try.
Man, this is a really maleficent buzzing.
Right?
Ooh, I get weird vibes from this.
This is the buzzing of a Dark Lord.
16. Wait, no, that's insight, right? 19.
Insight.
19.
With a 19, it sounds like buzzing coming from the woods from a creature that you have never heard of before.
Great. I go back to the campsite.
And you notice by going back to the campsite that it seems to be getting closer to you.
Okay.
Each time that you walk away, the buzzing does get louder. But when you stop, it stops.
Are you scared of it or not? Does
don't
it
think so.
frighten you,
I
little
am
girl?
a ranger. Okay, I am a ranger. I'm not gonna dash. I'm just going to walk back.
Okay, and as you make it back to the group, but as you make it back to the group, you come through the clearing. There's a bit of haste in your step because as you hear it, it's been getting closer and closer. It seemed to be 50 feet, 30 feet, 20 feet, and now when it's moving, it's close.
Do we hear it now, or does she have to tell us?
You are beginning. Go ahead and give me both a perception roll. That's perfect.
16.
You read mine.
It's a 10.
You both hear distant buzzing.
Seeing the hustle in her step,
Yeah.
I kind of big hand just wave like, hi.
I go, hey, are you okay? You seem disturbed.
I was trying to find an animal to be my pet, but all I found was this buzzing. And it keeps getting closer.
I'm like, were you going to steal an animal from the forest?
I wasn't going to steal it. I was going to befriend it. I say with an edge to my voice.
I gotta look like, okay.
I think that still counts as stilling.
You all can hear this noise, and it is seemingly close. All three of you, while you were talking to her as she's coming back out, you haven't looked up this entire time, and all of a sudden you realize when you look up, you see these swarms of insects above you, and they are seemingly hovering at this point above you. You don't hear them at this moment. And when you look at them, what would you like to do? They're silent.
It's like this. Unless one of you guys is familiar with this kind of insect, it looks like magic to me.
Can I use detect magic?
Absolutely.
I want to see if they're natural. If they're
Yes,
like
they
natural
are.
to this world.
With a natural 20, you know now that, I've seen these before, but they're in a different form. These are bloodsuckers, and there's a swarm of them. You know with a natural 20 that bloodsuckers, the females, they're very large mosquitoes, 10 inches in length, have a very long needle-like nose. The females are the aggressive ones, and the males are there for protection, but they don't fight. They just keep to the swarm for the most part. The ones that will attack you are females. The noise that you're hearing is the fact of they don't have to use their wings at all times. They just stop midair and just hover. And then when they need to move again, both sets of wings, sorry, I didn't describe them to the fullest. They have two sets of wings on their back. They can just hold and glide just for a second, and then they'll start again. You know these as bloodsuckers.
So, you said that the female ones are the dangerous ones. What is the percentage of like female to male in the swarm?
About 1 to 30.
So 1 female to 30 males?
Mm-hmm. And this swarm has stopped over top of you.
So they're
And
not
it's
magical?
not attacking us.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to leave them alone.
What are you looking for?
read down.
Jeez Louise! It's probably in your Dorito bag!
It's not, I checked.
What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to leave them alone. When I detect magic, like...
Did you detect magic? Is that Firbolg?
Yeah, it's a Firbolg trait.
Okay, so detect magic normally is a 10-minute. Is it instantaneous because you're a Firbolg? So let's say, for the sake of this instance, you begin whirling your hands around and creating an arcane motion around in front of you, and you're looking towards and you're hoping that they stay in position long enough to finish the cast. And I'd say about 4 minutes in, this has not moved. Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
With my natural 20 of nature, do I know whether or not they're a beast? Are they considered beasts?
Yes. Tiny beast.
So, I would like to use my speech of beast and leaf to communicate with them.
Read me what that does.
It says you can communicate with, though not understand, beasts and plants and have advantage on charisma checks to influence them.
Okay. You would like to try to seduce the tiny mosquitoes?
Seduce them into going after them orcs that we saw.
The ogres.
Wasn't that like
Ogres.
11 miles away?
Yeah. It's not nice.
All
They got
I'm
a
gonna
long
do
day's
is
flight ahead of
point
them.
my thumb and say, "Hey, if you're looking for a better meal than us, go that way."
Does it say anything about level of intelligence for the beast?
No,
No.
Okay, go ahead.
it's
and
my
roll it.
Firbolg ability.
Go ahead and roll it.
So yeah, I understand that you need to eat. However, there is a better meal over there
Okay, let's roll it.
than us.
Then us.
That's nuts.
Than us. We are not a good meal. Okay, that's. And this is what, charisma?
Persuasion.
This is
Persuasion.
yeah.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
What'd you roll?
She
Oh,
gonna
no.
piss him off.
Oh no.
What did you roll?
An 8.
With an 8, you successfully persuade them, and the swarm immediately begins to move away from you, and you see 3 to 4. Hold on, there's 6 somewhat larger carapaces immediately go down through the cracks inside the home, and you hear inside, "Oh no!" And there's now
Way to go.
mosquitoes inside the home.
What have you done?
What would you like to do?
He's not.
Bravo. Voxy? What? What's your name again?
Voquis.
Voquis.
Okay, out of character. How dare you? How dare you?
You're persuading them to move to a better meal.
I pointed. They're smaller than us. How dare
It's a
you?
dumb creature. It does see the other people inside there, and so it's okay. There's better food.
You've killed the gnomes.
I'd like to point out that detect magic is just one action.
Just one action.
Yeah. So
they're
did
not magical
okay.
in any
Cool.
sense. So even while you're doing,
I was
this,
just making
your
sure
whole
somebody
segment
wasn't.
hasn't gone by. Her actions, they have been moved. You would still be casting at this point, so you're
Okay.
at about the 8-minute mark of the action.
So I'm gonna go into the house and start bludgeoning. Trying to hit
There's no
them.
need to go inside. You see tiny Nifits run out with 3 mosquitoes on him. Just, they have these needles, and they're just, the abdomen is starting to fill with blood as they're sucking out of him, and he's just running out going, "Help me! What are you doing?" Another gnome. What would you guys like to do?
Okay.
So
I feel like
at that
this
point,
is
I'll
the
grab
same
him
one.
and try to take the things off of him.
Give me a strength check. You're going to need some help, as there are 3 of them. You can take 1 to 2 if you succeed. Someone's going to have to help you, though.
While she is
16.
doing that,
16. Let me see if I can. Yep, you absolutely, with that roll, you pull 2 of them
Okay.
off, and you see a little bit of blood. They about filled up about halfway.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the other one.
Okay, go ahead.
while she's doing that,
No!
I'm gonna peek into the
Stop
house
it.
because I saw 6 of them and
Right.
there's only 3 accounted for.
Right.
Are you
So I'm gonna peek into the house.
What would you roll?
Are you sure that I don't get an advantage?
For
Are you
this roll, no, it's just a strength check.
I rolled a 1.
Roll a 1. You grab around the nose of it, and it's so far in there that instead of pulling out, you accidentally slip and you kind of stab it in him a little bit more, and he lets out a bit of a scream. But then, as soon as it pushes in, you're able to yank it right on out.
Wow,
It's a bit
gnome
more-
killer.
A bit more of blood coming out than the other. There are 3. The other 3 that went in now come out the direction that they came and are coming towards you. The 3 that you pulled off, you basically have 2 in your hands
Okay.
right now. You have them around the head, and then you have the 3rd.
I would like to. So Elrick slams his staff onto the ground. And a familiar swirl comes up and produces a flame at the top. I'm going to shoot it at the 3.
I'm going to have you roll initiative, but with that, you'll get an extra bonus.
Sweet. Extra
Roll
bonus.
it.
Wait, what kind of
Oh,
bonus?
now I get a natural 20.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I got a 20. Soft 20.
Okay. So,
I got-
23.
I got a
Hold on.
12.
hold on. So as this is happening, you, Avalot, you have 2 in your hands. Voquis, you have 1 in your hands. And I just spaced Elrick. I
Elrick.
just spaced your name. I'm so sorry.
Just think
Elrick,
Full Metal Alchemist.
You
It was an
you
accident.
slam down your staff, and the wind and arcane come around it to produce a flame on top, and you shoot it at one of the 3 that are coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack.
Sweet. That's gonna be 25.
25 hits. Roll damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points. You shoot this fireball, and it swings back right and left, and it goes directly for the one that's in the 3 formation, the front, and the flame hits, and you hear a pop noise, and it just goes, just kind of a little bit of guts and wings fly everywhere. It's dead.
Elric immediately feels bad.
First up in the actual initiative, Voquis.
I am so upset that all I wanted to do was go into the forest and find maybe a deer, preferably a rabbit, to make as my friend, to just pet on the head a little bit because I was feeling a little bit upset. And I found all these bloodsuckers, and then I come into this guy's house and just, mess his stuff up. I'm so upset that, like, before I can even do anything, grab out a dagger or a short sword or a bow or anything, I just grip my hands as hard as I could, and the collateral damage is the bloodsucker.
Okay. Roll for pure strength with advantage. I like the idea of you just pure out of frustration, just trying to just destroy them.
All I wanted was to pet a rabbit. That's literally all I wanted.
There's absolute anger in your eyes as you're gripping it.
15.
Oh, yeah. You absolutely. Roll a d4 for me.
1.
You take this bloodsucker and you take your thumb out of pure anger. You gripped around the head and you squeeze it, and its little eyes start to pop out a bit. And you take your thumb against the nostril where the actual long needle comes from, and you just push it over, bending and breaking the nose. It dies horribly. And you hear this tiny little
Good.
squeal. I'll let you go ahead and take an actual attack. Like
Okay.
Action and movement. That's what you have left.
Okay, great. So, I'm gonna take out my longbow, and so I'm assuming this is how we're going. So I want to shoot from the side and try and get both of them with one shot.
You would have to move about 15 feet to the right and trying to hit both of them like that. Let's see it. Roll it.
8.
8. You dash to the right with this quick movement, take one arrow out, and you let it go, and it goes between both of them and completely misses.
I curse very, very loudly.
Next up is one of the bloodsuckers that is still flying, and he is going to go for Avalot, since you have 2 of his friends.
Okay.
And he is going to try to stab you, coming in with extra speed with his nostril, and he completely misses. Actually, he misses so bad that he just lands on the ground right next to you.
Okay. Is it my
It
turn?
is now your turn, Avalot.
Can I take a bonus action to just step on it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Let's
as
see
I
it.
still got those, I kind of move along, and
I'm going to make that use 15 of your movement.
that's fine. And I'll step on it and kill it because it's a metal foot. Do I need to roll an attack for that?
Roll a d4 for me. Just roll damage.
3.
3.
3.
You bring down that metal boot right on the abdomen, and it just pops like a balloon.
Oh.
And then for my other, I'm just I use the rest of my actions to squeeze the one that I have in my hands.
With 2 in your hands.
But I'm not asking for an attack afterwards.
Right, no, that is your attack. I'm just thinking using both your hands like that. Give me a strength check.
Actually, even better. I'll just take out my sword and impale them into the sword.
No,
No, 'cause your
I like
hands
this,
are full.
I like this anger.
That's right.
You don't even need to do it like that. Just give me a strength check with advantage. You have them grappled, so they're completely at disadvantage. There's 2 of them.
What's that one?
So left,
That
right
one's-
hand, right?
15.
Okay, and what's the other one?
What's the other one?
That's a 6.
10.
A 15 and a 10. You go ahead and roll 2d4 for me, real quick.
Don't I borrow your D4?
That's a D6 that you have right there.
2 4s. 2 4s.
Fours. With your right and left hand, you bring them together in the center, both heads, and you just smash them together between your hands and squeeze real tight. It becomes jelly-like between your fingers, and you
Gross.
just have this little. Oh, that felt good. With that, you have one more, and it is back up to the. Oh, sorry. It is his turn. It is the last one that is flying. It is the last female.
The last
and it
daddy.
stops midair and looks at you guys and just straight up back to the swarm up top, and then you see the swarm kind of move, and they make what seems to be like a long line. And they seem to be now going in the direction that you originally told them.
So, I guess I wouldn't get into hack of opportunity. Can I still fire my bow at it?
Absolutely. You absolutely can.
As she draws an arrow, Elrick reaches his staff out and kind of nudges her bow.
Does that give me disadvantage?
For this, what did you roll?
I rolled an 8, which comes to a 13.
Okay. With a 13, you bring the arrow back. You draw the arrow back, and as this staff's coming over, you look at and you dodge out of the way and let this arrow fly, and it completely misses. Just as you were looking over, but the distraction of the staff coming towards you quite missed, and they just keep flying off in the distance. And you hear, and then it stops, and you see them float.
Buzz.
And you are out of initiative. And
Sweet.
what would you guys like to do as little Nifitz is just patching up his body? He's drinking some tea. He's a little shaking over in the corner. His wife and daughters come out, and they're kind of patching up some of the water wound or blood wounds, and they kind of take them a little back towards the inside.
Could Elric do a medicine check? I don't want to spend a spell slot, but can I do a medicine check?
Yeah, absolutely.
To kind of
It
help
doesn't look
to
like
help
he's
with
taken any-
Nifitz?
It doesn't look like he's taken any damage. It's just, it looks like a needle that had gone in too far and the blood's kind of pooling.
Yeah.
From the amount of blood that came out, you might think he's a little bit woozy.
Elric would want to go up there and be like, "Hey, little buddy, let me help you with those wounds."
Okay, roll it.
And that's gonna be 16.
16. Are you proficient with medicine?
No.
With the 16, you just get out some gauze and just kind of help with them, wrap them up a little bit. Since you're not proficient with medicine, you don't really know what to do to help him other than you do reach down and grab some dirt and put it between your hands and kind of smush it in with a little bit of the wound, help him in health-wise.
Just rub a little dirt in it.
Just a little dirt.
Well,
He
great.
dies of sepsis.
they go back inside and he just kind of goes, "Well, that was pretty unexpected. You guys are sure lively. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to it. Can you make sure that doesn't happen again?"
Are those common around here?
No.
So I'm gonna look over at her like, yeah, we'll make sure that doesn't happen
Okay,
again.
I can't.
I'll also give her side eye.
I can't keep getting distracted. Okay. And the door just kind of slowly ends, and he just comes in there, and you hear a bunch of banging, and he's right back to work.
And then as soon as she does, I look at him like, so, what was that?
I have no idea. I was trying to find a nature friend to kind of come with us on our journey.
So at that point, I go up to you and I put you like, it's okay, little buddy. It's like, no,
I'm
maybe.
literally 2 feet taller than you.
It's okay, but like, you need me right now. So I'm just like, it's okay, it wasn't your fault. I knew you didn't mean it. I mean, how often can you predict a swarm of blood beasts to come out? But I was like, but just for next time, do you want to maybe see if there are any pet shops in the city? I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I don't buy from puppy mills.
What's a puppy mill?
Just just think of the puppies.
So you guys just have a pretty uneventful afternoon. Is there anything you guys would like to do during this time? It's about 2 p.m. No big deal.
To pass the time, Elrick kind of wanders around the outskirts of the clearing and kind of touches bits of the dirt and little sproutlings pop up.
Nice.
I'll look at him like, you're really like planting your things, don't you, bud?
I think there can never be too much nature.
I would agree with that. And at that point, I'm gonna select a place to have a meal, and I'm gonna invite her character over, and I'll be like, hey, you wanna share a meal with me? It was a tough day.
I look wistfully at the forest and sigh and say, yeah, let's have a meal together.
There's a little fireplace, a little fire pit in the center where you guys are starting to set up camp. Easy to find some wood with the extra wood that Nifitz gave you. You light a fire, start your food process. It's around, let's say, 7 p.m. at this point. You guys have eaten. Anything you want to do before the turn-in?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna turn in early so that I can get some time to kind of pray.
Okay.
And do angel things.
While you guys are eating, before you go to sleep or anything, you don't hear anything in particularly different. It's the sounds of the forest that are starting to come a little bit louder than normal. It's just like any forest where the nighttime comes, you hear different insects and different creatures and different roars and howling from different things out there. You do hear one thing, all of you, that seems to be a little strange, and it's a laughter.
Where's it coming from? Like the house or just around us?
You can roll perception.
Can I re-roll because I can't see it under here? 11.
I got 22.
22.
Hold on.
I rolled a 7.
That's 13.
13. I'll give you advantage on this one because it's perception. And I'm first.
Per daddy.
19.
19. With a 19 and a 22, you know that it's coming from deep in the forest. The laughter sounded human. From a humanish.
Humanoid.
Humanoid common form. It is in common, and it's not like some weird guttural. It's just like I made it sound.
Wait.
Wait.
And I'm like, did you guys hear that? I can't quite tell what it is. I don't know if you guys might have heard it better.
It sounded like humanoid laughter. Really creepy.
It was like this late at night, and then at this point I began re-putting on my armor because I had taken it off to select a place to take sleeps.
Wait, it was pretty far away. I think we should get a full night's rest. You and I didn't get a full night's rest yesterday. So
I can stay up and keep watch.
What time is it?
It's about 8 p.m.
Oh, so it's not night. Yeah.
It's going to get very dark here very soon.
Yeah.
It sunsets and it is darkness at 9, so it's getting close.
Okay. I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. You guys are.
We'll
taking
just
the
be.
bed?
We'll take to bed. If you need us, don't hesitate to awaken me.
You're
Yeah,
going
I'll
to
wake
take
you.
watch tonight.
I'll take watch.
Okay. You guys fall asleep. It's a calm night. The stars are out. It is a very, very loud night within the forest. The one thing that you will hear as you go throughout the night is just rustling of the trees. There's not much of a wind out at this night. Since it's very starry with no clouds, you don't see any kind of movement, but the trees do wave back and forth because they're so tall. They're catching that top wind. You specifically hear a woo, and you hear it again over another tree. Woo, and a third on the opposite side of the cottage in the next tree here. Woo! Roll a perception check for me.
14.
14. You do see up in the tops of the trees that there seems to be, outside of the normal movements of the trees, there's a bit of rustling like something's up there. you don't quite see what's there.
I just kind of keep a sharp eye on the wrestling, kind of at a ready for anything that might just pop out. I assume these two are close. I can just kind of
Sure.
reach over and smack them or something.
Sure.
Yeah, you're getting smacked awake. That's right.
About an hour goes by, you don't see any more rustling, and all of a sudden then you hear a louder woo! And this one is close. Roll another perception.
That's an 18.
18. It is within 20 feet of you, and you peer through the darkness, and you're trying to see what exactly is. And as you're peering, all of a sudden you hear, and just something comes flying and it hits you directly in the nose, and you're just like, what is this? And you spear it off your face, and you look and you smell it. It's poop.
Gross. Utterly disgusting.
That's nature.
Yep.
I
And then you hear,
call out to whatever and be like, hey, you don't want to mess with us.
right as
This
you
is your
say-
first warning.
Right as you say that, you just see a hurl of 5 to 6 different things come from the trees, and it's just little rocks and twigs and just ting 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 ting, all over you, and you hear these cries and laughter and howling as you hear all throughout the trees, and you see another right on your chest, another piece of feces. Just roll
wish
for
I-
initiative.
I wish I had prestidigitation.
Wait, we're sleeping though. He didn't wake us up.
I thought you slept
Roll
us.
for initiative.
No, he
is
just didn't-
ran.
He didn't.
That's a
25.
18.
18. Okay.
18.
You're going first, so you have the floor.
Wake us up.
I wake them up. I nudge them both calmly. Kind of shake. Hey, get up. Something's up there.
I am waking.
I'm waiting.
I'm pretty sure there's a little horde of monkeys, but I'm not entirely positive. It could be a rabid, horde of gnomes.
What's a monkey?
Right as you're like, what's a monkey? Another barrage of rocks and things just come out of the trees, landing all over you guys, and the howls happen, and you hear this now as you're looking around, as you see the trees start rustling, and there's movement in the trees.
So I'm assuming after all that crap hits me that I'm awake now.
It doesn't actually hit you.
It's
Well,
around.
I woke
It's
both of you.
Oh, you woke me
over.
up.
That's
Okay.
that's what you want.
That's my
I'll just
action.
make I'll allow you to do that with your bonus action and movement. What action would you like to take?
I would like to take the dodge action.
Dodge action. Okay. Now that you guys are go ahead and you're awake at this point, since he's woken you, go ahead and roll for initiative for me.
20.
7.
Okay, 20 for Voquis. Nice. 7 for 8.
I'm pretty drowsy.
Okay. So as this is happening, can you specifically, Voquis, give me let's do a nature check with advantage.
17.
17. With a 17, you have come across these monkey-like creatures before. They're tricksters in nature, and they are very annoying. They will not leave until you guys have done something, or you know that their nature is very bolstered, and they don't. This is their territory.
Like chaotic neutral type bolstered.
Kind of,
Okay.
yeah. They definitely want you gone from the way they're acting, that you've dealt with these before, and that's all I'm gonna give. But you see that what they're throwing is rocks and sticks and sometimes poo, and that's about all they have up there. And sometimes the fruits, you see some that's not food, it's just like a banana. They're shaking as monkeys do as they get up in the trees, and they shake the trees back and forth, and they're howling. The first person that is up is Voquis. What would you like to do?
First of all, I want to see what I have on me.
By the way, you can't see them. They are moving throughout the trees. In order to spot them, you're going to have to use a search function as your action to get a bead on it.
Okay.
And then you can then tell the other ones to say, oh, he's right there! But that's going to be your action, is to spot it and to... Basically, it's concentration to keep following because they're moving around like crazy.
I'm going to use my Speech of Beast and Leaf again.
Okay.
And scream out to them, go and get out of here! This is our camp for the night! Get out of here! While, like, waving my great club around threateningly.
I'm trying to figure out how to roll against this. So read me
Intimidation, right?
Right, but
So-
it's not intimidation. It's
Yeah, it says you communicate with, though not understand, beasts and plants and have an advantage on charisma checks to influence them. So I'm trying to...
you want to intimidate them?
Please say that in ooh, ooh, ah. Like that.
Sure, let's intimidate
Okay,
them.
rolls advantage intimidation. Let's see it.
No, I was never a fan of spicy.
21.
21.
Go and get...
You see that all of a sudden them going, ooh, wah, wah, and swinging back and forth, they stop swinging. But there's one in the center that just, ooh, ooh, it seems to be shaking a larger portion of the tree than all the others. And you see this larger monkey drop down, and it's eye to eye with you. Not eye level, but you're making eye contact with it, as it is the only one that dropped down from the trees. And it's got these little weird trinkets just kind of matted in with its fur. It's very dirty. It's got long monkey fingers and arms. A face with this piece of leather just strapped around its head like a bandage. And it seems to just be larger than the others. And it beats on its chest a bit and just looks at you in the face.
It's King Louis from the Jungle Book.
That
Now in
takes
theaters.
care of your action, and yep, that's unless you want to move.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Next up is this monkey, and this monkey stands up on its hind legs, kind of like a human, and does the little waddle that they do over towards you, and just screams at you, beating on its chest, trying to just get your attention and run away, as loudest roar as it possibly can make. And the roar is quite loud, but you guys are unfazed. What would you guys like to do as far as Elrick? Your turn.
Step up in between
It's about 15 feet from you.
15 feet from
Yep.
me. I'm gonna step up like right face to face with it.
You
And-
have to look down. It's only
Well, yeah,
it's
like-
only like 4 feet tall from the ground.
I'm gonna stand up like 5 feet from it and look
Sure.
down and be like, I'm sorry that we're trespassing. I'm gonna use my beast speech.
Okay.
I'm sorry that we're trespassing. Can we stay the night, please?
You're just gonna hear, ooh, ooh, ah! It's really hard to do. Sorry. And you're going to need to roll an intimidation check.
Oh, I don't want to. I was
Don't wanna
I was trying
intimidate
to
it, you just
persuade
wanna
it.
Speak to it.
Yeah, I want to speak to it and try to persuade it to like, can we stay here,
Then
please?
you're going to roll a persuasion check.
Okay. I got what's my persuasion?
Looks good.
18.
18. It's going to look at you in the eye and make those guttural sounds back to you. And you're going to see and it's going to take a bit of its poo and flick it on the ground. Out of just trying a little bit out of intimidation, flick it out on its ground and wipe it across his face.
So
Turn
gross.
around
That's so
and
gross.
start to walk away, waddle a bit. And it's going to walk back towards. But the next person that is up is Ava. What would you like to do? I'm going to start calling you Ava.
Okay. So, because I don't know that it's going, so I don't speak
You
on
see
animal.
it that is turning around and
But
making
is,
motion.
do I know enough to like to know that it's leaving? Because I'm not really.
Make an insight check for me. You would have seen in this time that it did the poo smash down, it wiped it on its face, and it's turning. That's what you've seen.
Okay. It's a 5.
Wisdom's your good stuff, though, right?
Wisdom? Yeah. So I gotta look. I can't remember. Insight? That's a 9.
9? With a 9, you can tell that it doesn't seem threatening anymore since it's turning. And at this time, he turns around and he goes back up in the tree a bit, and you see this tree shake, and you just see pieces of poop starting to be thrown from the trees, but it's 10, 15 feet in front of you guys, and it just bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know where they're getting all this poop from, but there's a lot of poop coming out. Bloop, 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 and it's making a ring away from you guys around their tree a bit as they're making a makeshift line. Go ahead and somebody that is proficient in history or nature.
I'm
proficient
Nature.
in
History.
nature.
You have them both. Whichever one you would like to roll, go ahead and
Nature.
roll for me. I just want to see if either you would know this.
I got a 13.
13?
15.
15. With a 15, you would know that they were sleeping in the trees the entire time, all during the day. The noise and things, they don't really wake them up. They were sleeping, they woke up, and they saw you guys underneath them, and then that's when they started to come alive. They were just very territorial, but with your unique way of speaking to them, they seemed to back off. They understood that it wasn't, that you just startled them when you guys were just sitting there, but they just woke up. And with that, you're out of initiative. Is there anything you would like to do?
I would like to sleep.
You would like to sleep?
I would like to go to bed.
At this time, you guys will only be getting 6 hours of sleep.
We can't sleep in.
It's illegal. It's illegal to sleep in.
It's illegal to sleep in D&D. No Saturday morning cartoons.
Darn it.
So, do you guys go back to sleep during this time?
Yes.
Okay. During the morning, you hear, it's around 3 a.m., you hear another big explosion. It shakes the whole ground. You guys freak out. It's a very loud noise. Is there anything you want to do?
This is at 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
3
It
a.m.?
wakes you guys up.
Why don't people let us sleep?
I'm just like, that might be the gnome. Do we want to check in on him? I never saw his family leave.
You hear from inside, is everybody okay?
Yeah,
you
we
hear
should.
the two daughter, the mother, these two female voices just screaming in, I told you we should have came over here. We only show up once every 2 months. And when you're doing your working, we never get to spend time to each other. And they just start squabbling, and they're just yelling at each other. You can probably tell that they're okay in there.
It sounds like they're okay. And at this point, is there any bowl or shaped item around me at all?
There's a couple of crates and bowls, things around the house. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the bowl.
It's like potted bowls. They're like plants.
I'm gonna. Oh, there you have plants
they're
in
not
them.
empty bowls.
Damn. Never mind then.
Okay.
I was gonna wash myself.
Yeah, there's not really, other than that brook 11 miles away, you guys didn't really see anything.
Maybe we should have showered where we
I have
could.
create water, so I was gonna make a little.
Nice.
I was gonna make a little hobo bath.
Hobo bath.
Any bath you have is a hobo bath.
I guess. No, I'm not going to do that idea. Okay, do you guys go back to sleep after the explosion?
Yes.
Okay, it's around 6 a.m., and here he comes, right outside. Wake up, and he's banging on a pot. Wake up, I got it done. You guys, it's right, time for you to go. I gotta go back home. And he just takes this large crate of materials, and you can smell that there's herbs and these different spices and things coming from inside. A lot of wraps. You hear the clinging of some potions and bottles banging around a little bit. And it's just a small crate. Easy for one of you guys to put in a backpack kind of size.
I go ahead and take the crate since I'm the biggest. So
There you go. And he goes, all right, there for you guys. If there's anything you guys ever need, alchemy's just kind of my hobby. I like making stuff, but it's all by order. I take money up front unless you're from the guild, and then past that I can make a lot of stuff, but I can't make health potions. I'm sorry. If there's something particular you guys looking for, just bring the money, and it'll take me a couple weeks depending on what you order. And that's how I operate. So if you need anything, you know where I live.
thank you, little buddy.
He flicks the money, and he's happy as can be. He's got a little coin, and so the daughter and mother come out, and he's like, "All right, let's go home." And they board up the door a little bit, and they put out the chimney. The chimney's not putting out any smoke, and they go around the back of it, and they all just kind of wave to you guys. Good luck on your trip home. And
Big ol' wave back.
And now you guys got the package, so
Looks
Head
like
back.
time to head back, guys.
okay.
Can we stop at that river so I can wash this poop off me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You, for all of our sakes.
I'll
Please take some time to bathe.
walk 10 feet over this way.
As you guys are walking about an hour away, you just followed the same road that you came in on. And as you're walking, there seems to be something up in front of you that you didn't recognize when you came in the back way. Do you guys continue towards this seemingly like another set of woods?
Can I make a perception check to see what it is?
Roll a perception.
I will also roll perception.
Are we in the forest?
Yes.
Yes.
I got a 20.
You got a
Soft 20.
Nice.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
12.
12. With a soft 20, you can tell that there is something off in the distance. You're going to have to make a bit closer, but it seems somewhat familiar. Did you guys start heading that way? It's all, there's only one way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
And, like, tell them that there's something up ahead
Okay.
that's, like,
And
real familiar, but I can't
As
put
you
my thumb on it.
come around the corner, remind you that this was a windy road. It was not a straight shot from the road over. It does wind, go up and down little hills. And as you come around the last bend, you find yourselves right back at Neffet's house.
We're trapped.
Not a dream, I promise you. I saw that look.
Should we go in and talk to him to see if he
I
can
don't
point
think
the
this
way?
is real. I think this is a whole, like...
They already left, so...
Yeah. Is it boarded up?
Yeah, it's exactly the way you guys left. It is.
So, have
There's
you...
no smoke out of the top.
Have you guys...
Maybe our other Firbolg friends should use Detect Magic.
Casting that,
Oh, I
it is
don't-
purely you begin the motions, and where are you casting your detect magic? It
On the
needs
road.
To be focused.
On the road.
On the road. You guys came back and you're facing towards the house, and you've turned around. Okay, great. So as you're casting this, you make this runic symbol, and as you cast it upon the road, you then realize that there was a major illusion of the road where you guys just did one full circle right back to it. And you detect this, and with a simple perception, you don't even need to roll for it, that because you did your dispel, not dispel, but,
Yeah, my passive perception's 13, so...
with the 13, you see it and you know that it's an illusion.
Okay. Hey, guys. It's an illusion. Somebody came in and enchanted this road probably while we were sleeping.
This might be why no one gets back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot everybody keeps going missing coming to you.
Everyone roll a perception check for me real quick.
Whoa.
Advantage of that.
I just had some nasty deja vu, just so you know. 17.
17?
12.
12.
Wait, no, I think it's a 13. Yeah, 13.
Perception?
Yep.
6.
Tight.
6.
You're the only one that noticed this. As you were walking up the first time to see, not the very first time, but this newest time, you walked up to the house. When you went off to the left and to the right was where the house was, the left is where you guys camped.
Mm-hmm.
To the behind it, there seems to be a little bit of a path around the backside. And that's what you see.
I turned to my companions and be like, hey, I think there might be a way out of this. There seems to be a path up there in between the house and the campsite that we stayed at. Maybe we should check it out.
That's a good idea.
So,
I agree.
what do you think, Avalot?
Let's look around before we take off.
Okay.
This is, clearly there's something wrong here, and based on what just happened, we could end up in a worse situation.
True. Because we haven't seen any other travelers.
Right.
so-
I like to do a quick perception to see if the monkey poop's still around.
Yeah, the poop in that ring is
Okay,
still there.
everything's
Your
the
guys' campfire that you put out, the bedrolls, everything is exactly the way you left it.
Well,
Like I said, there was an illusion on the road coming here, so I think if we take a different way, then we'll be okay.
okay, we can go for it.
It's around 1 p.m. at this point.
How long were we traveling?
Like a few hours before it.
That
you guys
sucks.
ended back up to
All right, let's keep going anyway.
My dogs are barking.
so back down the road that you came.
No, around this.
The
Around
little
backside? Are
the
you
little
guys
backside
checking, or are you
trail.
just going because it's a path
Uh,
to the woods. In the woods.
I'd like to
Investigate it first.
investigate it. Yeah.
Sure. What are you looking for? Are you investigating for
Traps.
Sure. Investigate for traps.
Ooh, that is a 21.
How are you rolling investigate? You're just purely investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
Okay. Yeah, you rummage around the side of the house and even all the way to where the forest, this other path begins, and you find no traps.
Seems clear, guys. Let's go.
I'll go ahead and take the lead
Okay.
into this into
That was
this
my
little
next question,
path.
is Mark. So,
I'll go ahead and take the lead into
this
the path.
is quite a bit smaller than the other. The other is more of a road. This is more of a not a single file, but about shoulder to shoulder path into the woods. It's pretty overgrown. It's the same type of forest. It's not like it changes in any way, but it's just a smaller path.
How high are like the lowest branches? Do they
14.
like kind of
No,
canopy
it doesn't
over
really
us?
Canopy. It's just kind of where people have walked this before.
Okay. I was just wondering. I was gonna
And
play
you
with the
guys
trees.
You're first, then
Yeah,
Elrick,
I'll
and then
walk first.
Then me.
and then you, and then Avalon in the rear. Okay.
Why'd we put the short one in the rear?
Tall, short.
We
so
got
yeah,
bars.
you guys start traveling down this path, and as it winds, you keep traveling for about another 3 hours, and nothing. It doesn't. You're not on the same road as before, so you're obviously having to bushwhack a little bit, but nothing happens. What would you like to do? It's about 5 p.m. now.
5 p.m.
So it looks like we got past the illusion, but does anyone know how to actually get back to the city from here?
Which direction are we actually traveling?
So you guys headed
It
north.
says, I do want to put in that I can't get lost.
You can't get lost.
Yeah, if we're past the illusion, I can't get lost because this is my natural terrain. So
Yes, it is your natural terrain, and you are a ranger. But even without, you do not feel lost. You know where you're going.
okay,
So we're on the right path. So you said this path is going north?
So the original path, you went up to the road, was north. You went then west.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I think I said east earlier. You went west all the way to the alchemist lab, and now this is back a bit northwest again.
So it's going northwest?
Yeah, that's the direction in which you came in and then went that direction. You do not feel that you're in the wrong direction. You cannot get lost, but you are on the right track.
okay.
That is what your ranger senses are telling you.
So I feel like we're going the right way, guys. I know that we're not going the same way that we came, but I think we're going the right way.
Okay, I trust you.
I don't know. I find it kind of hard to trust someone that gets some bloodsuckers sucked on some gnomes.
You guys
Suck the
do
gnome.
hear as you're working through this path, the path does become a little bit denser as it more canopies, and you specifically, because this is your place, your ears pick up. You start hearing skritting throughout the trees a little bit, and you're not really worried at this point, but there's definitely other creatures around you. You do hear behind you something hiss. And at this moment, I need you to roll initiative.
Boo, boo,
Do I get an advantage on initiative? 'Cause
Not
we're
initiative.
not- I'm just gonna keep asking
Elrick,
for
what'd you roll?
initiative.
boo. I got 12.
12. Voquis?
12.
Okay. And Ava.
Math.
8.
Wow,
No.
guys. Not feeling very initiative today.
I just
Okay.
want
Not
to
feeling
sleep.
spunky.
And you hear this sound behind you, this nasty, gurgling, hissing noise. And as you guys all turn around, you see this giant, and it is 3 to 4 feet tall, giant rat. And it has massive 2 fangs up front, and it is just baring its fangs at you. Beady red eyes, nasty, gnarly teeth, just matted fur, and a big tail whipping behind it, and it is fierce. And as you see this, and you guys whip around, it starts to charge towards you. But, luckily for you, this one rolled so low that it trips off its own feet. And just kind of stops, and then looks at it and just bears at you more. You were in the rear, correct? And it is locked eyes 15 feet from you and just hisses again at you.
Okay, so I go
Voquis,
first.
you're up.
So at this point, like, I've been trying to be nice, right? Like, I was nice with the axe bird. I tried to be nice with the ogres and, like, not killing them and everything like that. And then I just got really, really upset with, like, just trying to enjoy myself in the forest and then getting caught by those bloodsuckers. And I just feel like this mission just has it out for us. Just it's I just feel tired, and I didn't get enough sleep last night, and I just want to go to bed. I just want to find a camp and go to bed, and so I'm just gonna not even try and talk to it. I'm just gonna get out my bow
Okay.
and shoot this mother trucker
Roll for attack.
in the eyeball.
Ooh, okay.
In the eyeball.
In the eyeball. They're pretty big eyeballs.
Right over Avalon's head.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot it. Do I need to roll again then?
Yeah, just roll one.
Okay. And that... Sorry, I moved away from my character sheet. So that is a 20 to hit.
20 to hit. Yeah, that absolutely hits. Roll damage.
Whew. 10 damage, please.
10 damage.
10 damage, please.
You bring this over her head and shoot straight right past her ear, and it sticks so far into this creature's eye that it just lets out this and falls straight back, and it's dead.
So I just sigh and I'm like, guys, can we just camp? I don't want to travel anymore.
You guys are not out
Oh, then never mind.
The skritting does continue, but the next up turn is Elrick.
Do I see anything?
Make a perception check for me.
10.
10. You can hear that there's movement, but you cannot see it. What would you like to do? You'll need to talk a little
With
bit
the-
closer to the mic.
With the canopy, has it gotten dark?
Nope.
No?
No,
Okay.
it's still plenty bright.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna just take the dodge action.
It makes a disadvantage on attacks against you, correct?
Mm.
Okay. Yep.
And kind of just keep my alertness.
Okay. Next up, Ava.
I'm guessing I have to do a perception check to find something
If,
right there.
I mean, you heard noises around, but you would have to investigate or do a perception check in the area to find. if
I'll do
there's
a
something around.
perception check to see if there's anything around.
Okay.
That's a 4.
4.
4.
You hear noises behind you, and you turn your head, and you look around, and there's nothing there, and right as you turn your head, another giant rat immediately busts out and goes to grab your leg from the canopy.
Okay.
I'll let you, if you have movement, try to do a dex save if you want to try to move out of this attack.
I'll try a dex save.
Okay.
15.
15. This, you do. You immediately bring up one leg, and it scurries under and goes right into the other side of the canopy. And it was big, but it brushed you, and you kind of fell over. Even with, it didn't hit you. It didn't grab onto your leg to take you in the canopy, but you're now on your back.
Okay.
Prone.
Okay.
You have a little bit of movement. You could stand.
Yeah, I'll stand out.
Okay. And now it is this rat that just ran by. It's going to leap out. And sorry, no, it's not at all. It is back up to Voquis. This rat, that was its move. I just totally tried to do a double move. It ran back into the other side. Voquis, what would you like to do?
Do I see where it ran to?
Absolutely, you saw where it ran in. This canopy is pretty thick. It's not like you can see back, and it ran in under. So you.
So like
and
so.
there's Ava, and then it ran to your right.
But is it like it ran and it's there?
No, it ran and it's gone. But you can still hear something moving around in the woods.
Would I be able to fire at a disadvantage to where I think it is?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
11?
11 misses. You hear this arrow go through and just stick, and you hear a. You scared
That's right,
it, but
be
it was
scared.
not close, but it did not get it. No. Elrick, your action is now released.
I
Unless you want to re-hold it.
No, I swivel my explorer's pack in front of me, and I take out 2 of my rations, and I set it down on the ground about 5 feet, like, so I'm in front. I'm gonna put it like 10 feet past me,
Sure.
like away from these 2.
Yep.
And then I'm going to step back and take the dodge action.
Okay. And, yeah, absolutely. That's great. I would let you do... Let's see here. Because that's a phenomenal idea, I would let you do an attack as a bonus action. Because as you put down the food and step back for the rest of your movement, you see a little nose pop through the canopy. And you see exactly where it's at.
Can I do a spell?
Cantrip.
Cantrip? Where's my cantrip? Where's my other cantrip? No, I'm just gonna take the dodge action.
Take the dodge action? Okay. You all see this as what he did brought its little nose out, and you have a pretty good idea of where it's at now. It's pretty hungry. Next up is, that was Elrick, Ava.
So I see where it is, right?
Yeah,
So I walk up to
Close
it and
to, yeah.
I walk up to it and take a swing.
absolutely. Swing away.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You thought you were looking at the nose. Instead, you cut a flower on the opposite side, and then you realize you looked over.
Damn, girl. Why do you have to do that?
It is then, after seeing you walk out in front, it's going to look at you, and you just kind of hack and slash at this flower. It's just going to run out and start eating the food. It is within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
And its full action is to eat this food. It's hungry, as you can tell. It uses its full action to eat the food, and then it's going to just run back into the canopy.
Where we no longer can see it.
Nope. Back up to the top.
So,
Voquis.
so saying that giving it food brought it out, I'm going to take a part of one of my rations and throw it down.
At your feet? Where do you want to throw it?
Like, probably 5 feet from, like, the clearing.
Okay.
Like the canopy.
I'll let you do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Toss food like that.
Okay.
Sure. As now you see You don't need to move and everything else. You just toss some crumbs. You can learn from what he did. Sure.
Okay. And does its little nose come out again?
No.
No? Nothing?
Are we still in initiative?
Yep. It doesn't pop its nose out. You hear the movement. It seems like it's probably passing by you a bit. But yeah.
But it's still like here
it's
in the
still
area.
here.
Okay.
It's just the nose that popped back out.
Alright, I'm gonna try and fire at it with a disadvantage again.
Okay.
I miss.
What was your roll?
I rolled a 2.
A
Plus
2.
5 is a 7.
You shot another arrow and you heard another as it seemingly gets close, but it didn't hit.
Okay.
And that brings it back to Ava.
Okay. So
No, Elrick, right?
no, because you already took his turn.
Did
Oh, did I do that out of order? I had you go and then I had you go. I'm sorry
Oh,
because
that's
you had
fine.
the higher. I messed up.
You're okay.
You guys went back to back. Yeah. On your turn, you do see a nose about 5 feet past the food. Pop back out. Start sniffing around.
Okay. So at this point, can I use a bonus action to light a torch?
Absolutely.
So I take my bonus action to light this torch.
Okay.
Just set the.
And then I grab it and I run next to the canopy, setting everything on fire.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What's your alignment?
I'm trying to draw it out.
No, the question still stands.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good. Okay.
High or low?
Hi. Forge it.
You run along the left side with it, and you're able to catch a bunch of little thickets on fire on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
You are looking past your 2 companions. The food's about 15 feet in front of them. It was about 5 feet on the other side, and you're running past your companions. And about 5 feet before the food is when the torch really goes out, and you've lit, and the flames are starting to lick up the sides. It's not getting very warm. It's not catching like a wildfire because it's still pretty wet. This canopy is not misty, but it feels like a jungle at this point. And it does catch, and it's starting to smoke.
Okay.
That's just your movement and your bonus.
Right.
I'll let you do an action.
At that point, I will prepare an attack.
Prepare an attack?
Yep.
Which would you like to prepare, and how do you want it triggered?
So I'm right by the food, right?
Yeah, you're about 5 feet from
So I'll just prepare my sword in case anything tries to go for the food. I'll just cut it.
You're just going to cut it? Okay, great. And now for the rat itself. With the fires coming out, the rat goes across in front of you, but not right in front of you. You food it. It goes across to the side that's not burning, and the nose pokes back out and grabs for the food. And as it does try to bite for the food, you get your attack. What you got?
Plus strength was 5.
5. Total. You swing down with such force. You cut across this giant face of it, this rat, ugly as can be, and it is able to gobble up some of the food before the blade comes across his face, and it just gashes so deep, and it lets out this horrible cry, and it just starts to go back down the trail a little bit, just backing up as blood is gushing from its left side of its face and its eye, and it's very confused, and it's looking pretty bad.
Good.
Voquis, you're up.
Okay.
That's uncalled for.
Is that rat still visible?
Absolutely. It's in the path, and it's just backing up, and one eye is shut.
I'm gonna kill it.
Roll for kill.
Oh my God. 17 to hit.
17 hits. Roll damage.
I hope you get 1.
9.
9 damage.
Give me
Flavor
9
me
damage.
how you want this rat to die.
Okay.
Sounds like our druid's against us on this one.
A little bit.
You guys
So-
are horrible murderers.
Freaking
Just
rat.
want to know.
Okay. I'm tired. My eyes are bloodshot. I have had 2 nights without enough rest. I pull my bow and arrow, and with the fire, like the light from the fire on the other side of the forest in my eyes, I pull back and fire right into the eyeball that's not damaged. And say, "Die, mother trucker, die!"
And it sinks directly in its eye, and it goes so far that the feathers in the back of the arrow, that's the only thing protruding out of its eye. It went the full length of the arrow end, and the body just stops, twitches, and then goes limp in the pathway in front of you. Mind you, the forest is on fire right now. It's still burning. Like, it's not, like, raging, but it's about 3 feet tall, and it's still catching more.
So it
You
will
guys are out
spread.
of initiative at this point.
So
Can I
I'll,
tell if the fire will spread?
I'll grab my sword and I'll clean it with the moist leaves.
The moist leaves that are on fire.
The fire
Well, there's
will-
other
It will
leaves.
spread a bit. You don't know how far, but it's already spread some.
I'm gonna cast create water in a little
Nice.
30-foot cube above it. And it rains down in like a 30-foot cube and douses flames.
Absolutely. You create this pond above it and begins to this rain cloud, and it just starts pelting all the flames, and it starts smoking, and as you hear this, and it's just this billowing smoke, you hear another similar to what you heard earlier.
Should have left it on fire.
And the fire's out. Well done with that. Well done.
Guys, besides your murderous intent against the animals of these
I was like,
beautiful woods.
That's not no animal. That's vermin.
No, that's Mother Nature's beautiful child that you murdered.
At that
Anyway,
point, I pointed like, look at it. That is
I
not
don't know
beautiful.
if y'all heard that or not, but I feel like somebody is following us. Possibly the person that put that illusion on in front of the alchemist lab.
Elrick, I think you have a
Should
good
we-
point.
Should we follow or just try to get out of here as quickly as possible?
Can
Put
I?
out the flame. The direction that you were heading is where the dead body rat that you just sunk the arrow into its head is. So if you want to continue same path, that's the direction that you would head.
I know you want to rest, but do you really trust rest around?
I don't. I
Such
haven't
a
gotten
creature.
good rest in 2 days.
Why don't you
guys.
have our big buddy carry you? He's
Oh no, she looks like a pretty big woman.
he big.
Baby, will you carry me?
I want to point out that I didn't sleep last night, so
I slept great.
And that does it for the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. You made it all the way through. Congrats. A little bit of hand of applause because that was a trip. Our adventurers are exhausted and I love it. They're getting so frustrated. What's going to happen next? You will only be able to find out on episode 2. Thank you again. Much love to everyone. Don't forget to come follow and interact with us on our new Twitter account and Instagram. You guys are awesome. Thank you for listening. Yeah, baby. Thanks for some sweet D&D. Yeah. Stop recording.